But let's go ahead and jump into it. Backstab. This needed to be in it. 100%. 100% needed to be in it. Combo in Rogue is very important. Same thing with Prep. Shadowstep. It's interesting how they didn't touch this card. I thought they would have maybe made this to like 1 less. But I guess they really want Rogue to make sure that they have like plenty of ways of doing goofy shenanigans with bouncing minions. So all 3 of these cards are 5 because they're going to see play in Rogue decks that are top tier. Bladed Cultist really didn't see that much play when it first came out. It's probably not going to see a bunch of play now. I want to say this card's a 1. It's really not that good. Shadow Spirit, best artwork ever. Wait, Shadow Spirit? Wait, what's that card again? We're going to see that later in Rogue. Deadly Poison, this is going to be good because Weapon Rogue is still a thing, so it's going to be a 4. This is probably going to be, oh, you're talking about the Priest card? The, wait, I think I know which one you're talking about. The Shadow thingy, right? Yeah, this. This thing is actually pretty sick. It almost looks like a Rager, except it's different. But yeah, Bladed Cultist is a 1. Deadly Poison, I'm gonna give a 4 because it's really good right now. Sinister Strike is pretty interesting how it kept it stayed in the format and Eviscerate did not. Daegyun, thank you so much for coming on by, man. Hope you're having a good one. Same thing with you, Toxic Reptile. Thanks for coming by, man. But Sinister Strike is good with Pinflinger. It sees play in Weapon Rogue. It's a 4 because it's burst. It's gonna quickly go back down to a 1 when people realize that Weapon Rogue might be countered, but if Weapon Rogue is still really good, then I'm kind of worried about this card, not gonna lie. Swashburgler is a 5. I don't think we have to discuss why this card is just an auto-include in every single Rogue deck. I do agree that Eviscerate is way too strong. There's no way that you're gonna nerf that card to where it only targets minions. That's just never happening. So I believe this is a good change for the card. But yeah, Swashburgler never, like, it's good card. We don't have to talk about why that card's good. A lot of good Rogue cards are cheap, and we already know why. Cold Blood being 2 mana instead of being didn't this card used to be 1 mana? Wait, what was the nerf that this card used to have? I'm pretty sure this card used to be 1 mana or something like that. But 2 mana is fair. The combo is fair. This is a better way. Yeah, Cold Blood used to be 1 mana. But this is like what Eviscerate should be. I'm gonna argue. To where if you have a minion that's already on the field, then you get a massive buff out of it. And you can hit face, but this seems like a good way of replacing Eviscerate. But in application, it's probably not going to be that good. Patient Assassin being 2 mana is actually very interesting. I think this card used to be 3 or 4 mana, actually. But regardless, this card being 2 mana might be pretty interesting because now you could play this into Greyheart Sage, because Greyheart Sage is not rotating, it's Outland. Oh, is it 2 mana 1/1? Oh, okay, never mind. So, never mind. Maybe this card doesn't see that much play, but it's still a stealth card. Okay, my bad. I got that confused. This is how often this card doesn't see play, so that just kind of foreshadows how this card's probably not going to be too impactful. And is it just me, or is this guy holding freaking, not necessarily Frostmourne, but he's holding something very similar to it in terms of like how it's designed. But regardless, yeah, this guy's probably not going to be that good now that you mentioned it's just a +1. Go ahead, make my day. I remember that, man. Sometimes he would see play, but he's probably not going to see that much play. Sneaky Delinquent. Really good card. All right, Vanessa VanCleef. We were talking about earlier how, like, if your opponent plays coin, it kind of counters you. But, like, this is one of those situations to where you're going to play this card in the late stages of the game when your opponent is playing their top decks. So suddenly if they play, like, Fireball and be like, haha, you're almost dead, I'd be like, haha, we play Fireball and then we kill you. Also, yes, Waifu. This card is amazing card art, by the way. Some people collect stamps or flowers. She collects enemies. That's actually pretty freaking metal. That's pretty metal flavor text, actually. This card is a 10 out of 5. I want to give this card a 5 out of 5 because I believe this is just going to go in every single rogue deck. because finding resources that your opponent can literally give you is always good if you're a good rogue player, which is the reason why most people like to play rogue, is because of that factor. So, yeah, this card's going to be good, but it's going to be easy to play around it only if you're a good player. This is going to be one of those noob slayers. Plague Scientist never sees play. I don't think this card's really going to see that much play, so I'm giving it a 0 because it's Plague Scientist. SI 7 Agent, I'm glad this card's sticking around because it just needs to be around for Rogue to have like a way to keep itself ahead on the board. Rip Plague indeed. But this card's a 3 just because it sees play every now and again, but it sees play when it needs to. But I still like it. Assassin's Blade. All right, this one's a big one. This one is a big change. 5 out of 5 voice line. This guy's toast. It's on you guys to think about which one I'm saying. But Assassin's Blade being 4 mana and being a 2/5. So they upped the durability by 1. They downed the attack by 1. And they changed the mana -1. This... I feel like this is what freaking... what's it called? I feel like this is what Self-Sharpening Sword should be. Because suddenly this card makes sense to play. It's not 5 mana, and it's not a worse version of freaking Azzinoth, or Warglaze of Azzinoth. Up in the durability makes this massively worth it, because literally if you give this a deadly poison, then suddenly this becomes a 4/5 weapon. This might literally be a way, like, you might play sword and this to guarantee that you have, like, a weapon that you can just play immediately. And with poison, this card is just infinitely better. So even when sword gets nerfed or if people complain it to the ground, this card is still going to be around. Just saying. So I think this card has actually got insane potential. It's an actual weapon now for Valeera. If you have the coin on turn 2 and deadly point, yeah, literally. This is like another sword. The debate on the hooked Scimitar, I think that card's rotating anyway. But like this is just gonna be the second weapon in the deck, or the third, fourth weapon in the deck, I should say, if Sword Rogue becomes really good. Probably get nerfed in durability. Yeah, this change is very good. I think this card is like a 3.5 because I'm very hopeful for it. Assassinate being 4 doesn't really change the fact that this card's really slow. It doesn't see a lot of play. Yes, rip Bluegill indeed. I'm very sad that we couldn't do anything about it. But Assassinate, probably still not going to see play. I'm giving it a 1. Maybe it sees play because you can like prep into it for 2 mana. But you could already do that when this card was 5, when prep discounted 3, and it still never saw play. It's better for random effects. Well, prep Assassinate was still 2 mana back in the day. It didn't see play. I mean, it did, but it was back when you didn't have a lot of options. But still, I don't think this is that good. It's just too slow. Tomb Pillager coming back is actually pretty important because you get a coin. Suddenly minions make a whole bunch of sense to play in Rogue. I don't think there's any like Death Rattle shenanigans you can do to get a whole bunch of coins, but back in the day you didn't prep Assassinate. Yeah, exactly. You prepped into Blade Flurry, and I'm actually kind of upset they didn't bring back Blade Flurry. I think this is like Darroch Brown's #1 card that he wanted to come back. So I'm glad that this card's coming back. It's just a good 4-drop. What does he say when he comes down? I forget. What does he say? Regardless, that is also S tier battle cry. Exactly. Perfectly designed card. Rogue needs coins. It's kind of strong, like, but it's strong because you want Rogue to play this. So Tomb Pillager is my boy. Thank you. Exactly. Darroch Brown's happy about this as well. This card's a 5. It's gonna see play in every single Rogue deck. Sprint being 6. It makes Sprint better, but does it make Sprint playable? I don't think so. Because yes, you have Secret Passage. There's still a card for 1 mana that draws 4. Exactly. Like 0 out of 5. We haven't even really been giving out zeros.